Hare Krishna. Om Gyana Timirandasya Gina Gina Shalakaya Chakshur Militam Minatas Mishigurafen Maha Shri Chaitanya Manobistam Stapitmen Bhutale Swam Prapakadam Hyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shigurshyoto Padakamalam Shigurun Vashnivam Cha Rupam Sagrashtam Sahagnar Gunatan Vitam Tam Sajiva. Шриватам Садутам, Париджнасатам, Кришна Читания Девам. Шрада Кришна Падам Схагана Лолита Шивишакам Витам Ча. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate. Kupesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gorange, Radha Vrindavaneshwari, Vrisha Panu Sute Devi, Pranamami Hari Priye. So, I started the last time with my trial to read the chapter 8, to begin to read chapter 8 of Madhya Lila, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, translation and purports from His Divine Grace by Charnara Vrinda, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. There is described the conversation between Srila Ramananada Raya and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And tomorrow is the Dissapearance Day of Srila Ramananda Raya. So I will continue with that now, but before that I will again try to sing the Pranam mantras of His Divine Grace by Charnaravinda Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, of his Diksha Guru Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura Prabhupada, the Panchtattva mantra, which glorifies the eternal associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. And then some Maha mantra, and then I will try to continue with the I will maybe also try to sing the Jayarada Madhava of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura, which is the father of the Diksha Guru of His Divine Grace Bhacharna Vrinda Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura is the father of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura Prabhupada. And Jayarada Madhava is from him. This song, this famous song, which Srila Prabhupada, His Divine Grace by Charnaravinda Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he liked this song so much, and actually he sang this song before his lectures. But I have to try to sing quietly because it's a little bit late. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Bhaskatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasati Gaura Bhakti Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Gopi Chandava, Jaya Giri Varadari, Jaya Yashodanandana, Jaya Brajajana Ranjana, Jaya Yamuna Vanachaри Vanachari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Gopi Chandava, Jaya Giri Varadari, Jaya Yashodanandana, Jaya Braja Janaranjana, Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari, Yamuna Tiravanachari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So now I will try to again read further from the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 8. I think I was at verse 3. Oh, well, maybe not verse 3, maybe verse 6 already. Just a moment. Let us see. Yes. Okay. So, Madhya Lila 8:6. Ukrupihanagravaya svabhaktanamri keshari keshari vasvabodhana aneshamugravigraha. Translation and purport. The purport is just only one sentence. So, translation. Although very ferocious, the lioness is very kind to her cubs. Similarly, although very ferocious to known devotees like Hiranyakashipu, Lord Nrsimhadeva is very, very soft and kind to devotees like Prahlada Maharaj. So, purport. This verse was composed by Sridhar Swami in his commentary on the seventh canto of Srimad Bhagavatam 791. Okay. So the next verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila 8:7. Hey Mata Nana Shloka Padi Stuti Kailandri Shiva Seva Kamala Prasada Anidila. Translation. In this way, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recited different verses from the Shastra. The priest of Lord Nrsimhadeva then brought garlands and the remnants of the Lord's food and offered them to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The next verse, Madhurila 8:8. Purvavat Khunda Viprekailandi Mantrana Seiratri Taha Rahikarila Gamana Purvavat Khunda Viprekailandi Mantrana Seiratri Taha Rahikarila Kamana Karila Kamana. Translation. As usual, a Brahmana offered Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu an invitation. The Lord passed the night in the temple and then commenced his tour again. The next verse was Madhya Lila 8:9. Prabhate Hutiya Prabhu Chalila Premavesh Dividi Nahi Gyanaratri Divashe Divashe. Translation. The next morning, in the great ecstasy of love, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started on his tour with no knowledge of the proper direction, and he continued the whole day and night. The next verse, Madhya Lila 8:10. Purvavad Vaishnava Kari Sarvaloka Gane Kodavari Tere Haila Katadine. Translation. As previously, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu converted to Vaishnavism many people he met on the road. After some days, the Lord reached the banks of the river Godavari. Next verse, Madhya Lila 8:11. Gets good. Yeah. Godavari Kiaila Yapona Smarana Tirevadnare Ki Smriti Haila Vrindavana. When he saw the river Godavari, the Lord remembered the river Yamuna, and when he saw the forest on the banks of the river, he remembered Sri Vrindavan Dham. So the next verse, Madhya Lila 8:12.
Sevane Kadakshana Karindrityaga Hana Godavari Parahana Tahan Kailasnana.
Translation. After performing his usual chanting and dancing for some time in this forest, the Lord crossed the river and took his bath on the other bank. The next verse, Madhya Lila 8:13.
Kata chadi kata dura chala sanidana Vase Prabhu Kare Krishna Nama Sankirtane.
After bathing in the river, the Lord walked a little distance from the bathing place and engaged in chanting the holy name of Krishna. The next verse, Madhya Lila 8:14.
Hena Kali Dolaya Chadi Ramanandara Snane Kari Bare Aila Bhajana Bhajaya.
Translation. At that time, accompanied by the sounds of music, Ramananada Raya came there on a palanquin to take his bath. The next verse, Madhya Lila 8:15.
Tanrasangye Bahuaila Vaitika Brahman Vidimate Kaila Tenrum Snanaditarpana.
Translation. Many Brahmanas following the Vedic principles accompanied Ramananda Raya. According to the Vedic rituals, Ramananda Raya took his bath and offered oblations to his forefathers. The next one, Madhya Lila 8:16.
Prabhutanre deki janila he Ramaraya Tanhare milite Prabhura Mana Hotidaya.
Translation. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could understand that the person who had come to bathe in the river was Ramananda Raya. The Lord wanted so much to meet him that his mind immediately began running after him. The next verse, Madhurila 8:17.
तथापि धैर्यधरि प्रभुरहितवसीय रामानन्द पूर्व सन्यासी देखिए.
Translation. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was running after him mentally, he patiently remained sitting. Ramananda Raya, seeing the wonderful sannyasi, then came to see him. The next verse, Madhurila 8:18.
Surya Shata Samakanti Arunavasana Subalita Prakanda Deha Kamalalochana.
Translation. Srila Ramananda Raya then saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to be as brilliant as 100 suns. The Lord was covered by a saffron garment. He was large in body and very strongly built, and his eyes were like lotus petals. Next verse, Madhulila 8:19.
Tekiya Tanharamane Haila Samatkar Asya Karila Dandavat Namaskara.
Translation. When Ramananda Raya saw the wonderful sannyasi, he was struck with wonder. He went to him and immediately offered his respectful obeisances, falling down like a rod. Next verse, Madhya Lila 8:20.
Ute Prabhu kahe uta kaha Krishna Krishna tare ale gite Prabhu hridaya satrishna.
Translation. The Lord stood up and asked Ramananda Raya to arise and chant the holy name of Krishna. Indeed, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very eager to embrace him. Next verse, Madhulila 8:21.
Tatapi puchila tumi Raya Ramananda Tenho kahi sehanadasa Shudramanda.
Translation. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then inquired whether he was Ramananda Raya, and he replied, "Yes, I am your very low servant, and I belong to the Shudra community." Next verse, Madhurila 8:22.
Tave tare kaila prabhudrivali inganda prema veshe prabhu pritya tunhe achetana.
Translation. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then embraced Sri Ramananda Raya very firmly. Indeed, both the master and the servant almost lost consciousness due to ecstatic love. The next verse, Madhya 8:23.
Svabhavika premadondhara udaya karila tunhalinga duhe bhumite padila.
Translation. Their natural love for each other was awakened in them both, and they embraced and fell to the ground. Now purport from His Divine Grace by Charnaravinda Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and uh, also the translation is from him. Yes. So purport. Srila Ramananda Raya was an incarnation of the Gopi Vishaka. Since Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Lord Krishna himself, there was naturally an awakening of love between Vishaka and Krishna. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the combination of Srimati Radharani and Krishna, and the Gopi Vishaka is a principal Gopi assisting Srimati Radharani. Thus, the natural love between Ramananda Raya and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu awakened, and they embraced with each other. So the next one, 8:24. Madhya 8:24.
Stamba sveda shrukamba puvaka vaivarneya tunhara mukete shuni kakada Krishna varna.
Translation. When they embraced each other, ecstatic symptoms, paralysis, perspiration, tears, shivering, paleness, and paleness, sorry, tears, shivering, paleness, and standing up of the bodily hairs appeared. The word Krishna came from their mouths falteringly. So I will continue with the next. This is 8:25. Is the next one. I will continue the next time. Oh, this is a long chapter. I guess it will take a lot of time to read all of it, but it's a beautiful one. So yes, so I will now come to an end. Just I want also to say how beautiful they are explained, these mm, symptoms, these features of the external features of love, which are showing, um, which were described, as we heard now from the purport of the verse. They are also uh, they are also mentioned in, for example, in verse in one of the verses of Shri Shikshastakam, which was spoken from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the 16th century. You all know Shri Shikshastakam. This was verse 6. There also are mentioned such symptoms, such features of external features of the love of the devotees to Lord Krishna. Verse 6 of Sheshi Shikshastaka. Nanam glata Shruda Raya, Vatanam Katkataru Gira, Pulakar Nichitam Vapukada, Tavanama Grahaneba Vishati. Nanam glata Shruda Raya, Vatanam Katkataru Gira, Pulakar Nichitam Vapukada, Tavanama Grahaneba Vishati. O Lord, when it will be that when I chant your holy names, my my eyes, um, tears will flow from my eyes, all the hairs of my body will stand on end, my voice will choke, all of that out of ecstasy when I chant your holy names. So, and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura, in his Samodna Bhasyam, um, explains that in verse 6 are described the external features of perfection. That means the external features of love, the external features of pure love to the Lord Krishna. So now I will come to an end. Well, actually, we heard that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananada Raya, they are both uh, very devoted to Lord Krishna. Actually, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, of course, himself incarnation of Lord Krishna, and their ecstasy and love to each other is connected with the with their um, actually with their um, with their understanding of the perfection of Srimati Radhika, actually, because all this chapter 8 of Madhya Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya, where the conversation between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Ramananda Raya is given and explained, all of that is actually glorification of Srimati Radhika and glorification of the love of Srimati Radhika to Krishna, which is the highest love in all the worlds, Madhanakya, Mahabhava, or Unnata Ujvala Rasa, or there are other names also for that love, but this is the highest love in all the worlds because and this love is also expressed in every verse of Shri Shikshastakam, which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has spoken in the 16th century. And this shows again that the topmost pure devotee of the Lord is Srimati Radhika, because she is on the first place in the heart of Sri Krishna, and also her love to Sri Krishna is the highest love in all the worlds. Madnakya Mahabhava. So I will just come to an end now, and I'll have to sing quietly because there is late here.
Namaste Narasihaya Pralabalatataine Hiranyakashipu Raksha Shiravankana Kalaye Iton Rishivo Paraton Rishivo Yato Yato Yamitaton Rishivo Bahir Nishivo Hridaye Nishivo Rishihadim Sharanyam Prabhade Namaste Narasihaya Praladaladaine Hiranyakashipu Raksha Shilatankana Kalayu Iton Rishiv Paraton Rishiv Yato yato yamitato rishiho Bahir nishiho Hridaye rishiho Rishiho Made Sharanya Prapade
Tava Karakamalavare
Naka Mabuddha Shrinka Talita Hiranyakashipo Tanu Bringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Shri Nishimha Jai Rishim Jaya Jai Rishim Hade Prahlodesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Priya Shri Nishimha Jai Rishim Jaya Jai Rishim Hade Prahlodesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Priya Shri Nishimha Jai Rishim Jaya Jai Rishim Hade Prahlodesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Priya Shri Nishimha Jai Rishim Jaya Jai Simhadev Prahlodesha Jaya Bhakta Mukha Padma Vrinda
Jayan
Rishihadev Jayan Rishihadev Jayan Rishihadev Jayan Rishihadev Prahlad Nishiha Prahlad Nishiha Prahlad Nishiha Jaya Prahlad Nishiha Lakshmi Rishiha Lakshmi Rishiha Lakshmi Rishiha Jaya Lakshmi Rishiha Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Goranitai 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 Jaya Shri Shri Goranitai Radha Madhava Radha Govinata Radha Gokulananda Shri Radha Gurudev Guru Maharaj Guru Maharaj Gurudev Srila Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you so much for your attention. As I always say every time, I'm not qualified on such topics like Vedic literature, and if I try to say something on Vedic literature um, and try to comment something, this is, um, well, I'm not trying to instruct anybody, I'm just trying to understand those topics. Of course, one has to try to understand the Vedic literature under the guidance of teachers, under the guidance of Diksha Guru and Chiksha Gurus, all of you who are uh, Vaishnavas in Raganuga Bhakti and in Rupanuga Bhakti. You are all my Shiksha Gurus. I pay obeisance to you. Dandavat Pranam. Vanchakalpatarupcha Kripasnukapevacha Patitina Pavanebhyo Vishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna.